Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Law Roach, image artist. Oh. My hair is wrong. That's what make me up. You know, the power is in the hair. Hold on. Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Law Roach, image architect and key wardrobe designer for Ariana Grande's Eternal Sunshine Tour. And we are backstage with Spotify, and I'm going to walk you through some of the tour looks. It's the hair, I told you. It was too flat, I had to zhuzh it. So I have been working with Ari for a long time, almost a decade. I was really blessed to do the tour for Dangerous Woman and Sweetener. I like to joke and say she waited till we were reunited to go on tour again so that I could do the costumes. So the process with working Ariana is that she is honestly a true creative. If she had an idea in the middle of the night or early in the morning, she'll send a voice note and she's like, you know, I'm thinking about this, this is who the girl is. And she knows for me, I have to be able to tell a story. To get in the creative process, I had to go through Ari's entire discography. There's characters that she's created in the times that I wasn't around, so I had to learn who those girls were. Like, I had to learn who Peaches was, you know? So it was a lot of listening to Ari's music. I had to like really get in and find my place in that world in order to create, you know, the costumes that she'll be wearing while she's performing those songs. I think my approach to styling throughout those eras is that it's a maturation, right? Like, she's matured as an artist, as a woman, as an actress, as a performer, as a songwriter, as a singer. And I think, you know, I've matured as a stylist, and it's just what you do, you grow up, and we've been able to grow up together, which is so special. And I think you see that in the way the clothes are chosen and the designers we chose to work with, and you see a growth. Like, if you look at Dangerous Woman Tour and the costumes then and look at Eternal Sunshine, you see, again, a maturation of, you know, personal style and taste and where fashion is right now. And so it's those things, you know, the combination of all those things that make doing a project like this so beautiful and so meaningful. The biggest difference, because a red carpet dress, right, if it's custom or something off the runway, the dress is the dress. You know, you get the dress, you alter the dress just to make it fit. But when you do that for a performance, we like to call it tourifying. So we'll get a dress made from designer. I always like to receive the dress just the way they make it. And so then it's up to my team to go and tourify it. Like, for instance, this dress is custom Alexander McQueen by Sean McGurr, but it is based off of a reference from Lee McQueen's Shipwreck dress, which is spring 2003. So when we got the dress from the house, from McQueen, it had a side zip, and this part, the tattered fringe part, was a little bit longer and it was more voluminous. And so to make it, one, safe for her to dance and perform in, we had to give it a haircut. And now you can see also that the side zip has been moved into the back, which makes it easier for her to do a quick change. And also, we changed it from what would have been an invisible zipper to what we call a sports zipper, because these are more durable and sturdy. So, you know, a quick zip, and you don't have to worry about the zipper popping. And then for everything, we have to add the mic packs because Ariana's mic is always on. So, you know, the mic pack is something that we have to add so that she can have her ears and she can hear herself. So she wears this dress in Act 4, which is my favorite act of the show because she sings Dangerous Woman. But I knew I wanted to have it be dark. So this with the knee-high boots, which are custom Christian Louboutin. He made all the shoes for the show. One of the things that I love about Ariana is that I think that there are two things that are outside of her voice that are truly iconic to me as a fan, is an over-the-knee boot and a ponytail. And I remember like saying this to her, I'm like, I would be heartbroken if I came to Ariana Grande's show and didn't get to see a ponytail. It's like, there is that and an over-the-knee boot that she's been able to carry from the beginning of her career to now, but also make it so fresh and so new every time that it's almost baffling to me how she's able to reinvent that look over and over again, but in different stages of her career. And so I have always felt like I was the guardian of the over-the-knee platform boot, and that will forever be my job and my title for the rest of my life. Fun fact about Ariana, I think she's the only girl in the world that can do a 2-hour concert, sing and dance in a 6-inch platform. When Ari first started for us to talk about, inspiration, she had this creative already built out in her head. And we also worked with Christian, the director of the tour, who also directed Supernatural. And a lot of references comes from that short film that they did together. So going into costuming the tour, I knew that there would be a moment that she would ascend into the sky. And that was kind of like really the moment that set up everything else, because we knew that that would be the big finale. And so we wanted to do something that was really reflective of that, but we wanted to make it couture. So this is what Sarah created for us. And we also had to tourify because of course she has to wear a harness under it. So like, if you come close, you can see where we added zippers so that the harness can be hidden, and then when it's ready for it to come out, the dancers could unzip it easily and pop the things out. So it's kind of like an illusion, like a little magic trick. Oh my God, I love how signature like this look has become. I love to see the kids on TikTok. I saw one girl, she remade the dress and she was on an escalator and she was like bent over the escalator like she was going like all the way. It was just, I think that's what's one of the most fun things about Ariana and her fans is the way they show up for her. They show up, they come every night, they're dressed. Either they have the cat mask that you saw that she wears, while she's performing Boy Is Mine, or they come and they dress like this, and they have the boots and they have the ponytail, and they have their favorite pieces from each era of Ariana. And I think me just being here and seeing that, it's just so joyful. And I think, not to put words in Ari's mouth, but I feel like that's the feeling she wants when people come to see her show. Let me think, are there any details I think fans haven't found? You know what, to be quite honest, Ariana's fans don't play. Like, I think a couple of people caught some things that I did that I didn't even catch. Like they do not play about Ariana. And I think you see this shoe the most while she's performing. And this is the reference that we took from the shoe that she wore during the Wicked press tour. And I asked Christian to take what he had already done, but to give us the illusion that it was, as a ballerina had laced and tied the ribbon, all the way up her leg. So it gives you the same feeling and look of the over-the-knee boot, but in a ballerina with ribbon. So what they did was they added the zip, and it's kind of like everything's put in place so it looks like it's just tied up the leg, but it's very meticulously done because they have to be placed in the right way, and then they have to be kind of formulated where they'll stay up on her leg, because one of the things is like that would destroy my heart and my soul is for it to fall down during the show. But they've been doing really well. Christian Louboutin is a genius. But yeah, we wore this shoe so much that it kind of informed what the footwear would look like for the tour. And actually it was Ariana's idea. She was like, I really want to wear those shoes, but of course she can't perform in the shoe for 2 hours, but we had to do it in a way where she still gets the support. She can, you saw her jumping up and down in these, like literally, it's crazy. But yeah, so this shoe is like really, really special because I think this is the one that got a lot of attention during the show. There's certain things about her that are just iconic and memorable and that are ingrained in us for her. And so with me being chosen to do the wardrobe for this tour, I just wanted to continue that legacy. Like I wanted to give her fans something that they can, dissect, that they can fall in love with, that they can carry on, that they can recreate. I think the biggest compliment is doing something and have somebody do it as a Halloween costume. So hopefully when October comes, we'll see a lot of these dresses and these looks recreated for people's Halloween costume, because I feel like it's only iconic if it becomes a Halloween costume. So, but also I want people to remember the joy that they felt when they saw her in this pink dress or this dress floating into the air at the end of the show. I just want them to carry on the feeling, the emotion they had when they see it. Even if you don't get a chance to come see the show and you see, people's clips on Instagram or YouTube or whatever, I want you to be able to take that in and just live with it and have fun and be joyful and just never stop singing. Thank you for coming backstage with me, Spotify. I'm Law Roach, and I hope I'll see you again soon.